Hey everybody, this is Danelle from Networkchain. Today we're going to talk about Open Edition NFTs. So it's created a lot of buzz, particularly over the last couple of months, because as you can see here in the top 10 NFTs that are trending on OpenSea, which is the largest NFT marketplace in the world, 5 of the 10 are Open Edition NFTs. So, what are Open Edition NFTs? So, basically, it's usually artists that come out with a piece of artwork. It's the same piece of artwork, and there's no limit to how many of those pieces of artwork can be minted to a certain extent. Usually there's a time period. So some artists will give a day, 2 days, 3 days, but however many editions are minted on the blockchain within that time period is however many that can be minted. So it basically doesn't matter if it's 1,000 in that day, let's say it's a day, or if it's 10,000 in that day. There's no limit as to how many of those pieces of artwork could be sold during that time period. Now, in comparison to other NFT projects, say for example, like a CryptoPunks and some of the other popular profile picture projects, those have a finite number of NFTs that are going to be minted onto the blockchain. And usually, like for those profile picture projects, they're each separate, unique, individual NFTs that are all different from one another. So these open editions are the exact same image or the exact same piece of artwork. So some people have been in the discourse saying that open edition NFTs are just a money grab for artists. Other people say this is a great opportunity for artists and also a great opportunity for collectors who may not be able to afford some of the one of one collections, which being one of one, there's only one available, only one out there in the marketplace. So with these open editions, you at least get a chance. And a lot of times the open editions sometimes are free mints or they're very low cost to mint those open editions. So if there are 5,000 that are minted, let's say go back to that one day, example, then, someone gets a chance to be able to buy that NFT for a lower price from that particular artist that they love, when normally their one of ones may go for a lot more expensive prices. So as you can see here, we look at the listing here, and Checks has done very, very well lately. It is a project from an artist named Jack Butcher, and we'll go to that collection right now. And so some artists are now starting to get a little bit more creative in terms of how they can use these open editions to basically kind of gamify the project. So these open edition NFTs, I believe they were about $8 to mint. And I don't know the exact time frame, but as you can see here, there were 16,000, just over 16,000 open editions that were minted in this collection. And basically, it's just a collection of check marks. So it's 80 check marks, and it symbolizes the verification check mark from Twitter. And he says that, this may or may not be notable. And so now what he's doing is, with these 16 plus thousand NFT open edition NFTs, you'll be able to burn, depending on how many you have or how many you want to burn. You can burn these NFTs to then get the next iteration of the check. So you can take these 80 check marks basically in this particular NFT image, and if you have 128 of them, which is a lot, but as I mentioned, they were $8 when they were first minted on the blockchain. If you have 128 of them, then you can burn it to get a limited 40 check mark image. Then you can then burn those to get to 20, and then burn those to get to 10, on down the line. And then there'll be 3 black check marks. There are only going to be 3 black check marks. If you do the math, supposedly you're only able to get to 3 black check marks, which are going to be extremely limited, obviously, because there's only 3. And so it's kind of like a game now. So even if you have just one, because there are now people in Wales who are very interested in getting to that lower check mark number and image, the prices have now gone up. So as you can see, it went from $8 to now being over worth 1.6 Ethereum, which at current prices is $2,690. So if you minted this when it was available for $8, it is now worth over $2,600. So this is just crazy, but it's really actually a very cool, interesting idea. I mean, we're all about, finding ways, creative ways to use NFTs and an opportunity for artists to do something different. And not only do they get money from these open editions, depending on if they're free or not, obviously, but they also will still continue to be able to get funds from the secondary market. One of the artists that we highlighted several videos ago, Drifter Shoots. He's a photographer, and he did an open edition, and he churned out over 10,350 items for his open edition, and that turned out really well for him. A portion of it he donated. The reason why it's called First Day Out is his backstory involves being in prison for a period of time. So he's now out and doing some creative things with his artwork. And he's known for taking pictures from very elevated areas, buildings and bridges and things of that nature. So this is his NFT open edition. He also has other one of ones, and he's collaborated with other Web3 native companies and projects as well. So they have done well. So this has given people an opportunity, if they want a piece of his artwork for a lower cost, then they can now buy currently his First Day Out for approximately $41. And we don't think that's too bad of a deal. We believe that he's going to continue to churn out some amazing artwork. So this could be worth a lot of money and be very valuable down the line. If anything, at the end of the day, it's a beautiful photograph, so it could be great to have in your art collection. Another artist that has been doing very well over the last month or so, his name is Lucrece. He is a Vietnamese Norwegian, and he is going to be doing some type of game. Most people are speculating with his open edition, and it's called DeFi, and these are animated devil horns, if you will. And he has different colors, and some colors were a little bit more limited than others. So you can see that the one that was the most limited was this raspberry color um, image. So we're not sure yet. He's been hinting that there will be some mechanics that are going to be involved. So people are trying to get the full set of 8. But even if you had one, these started out at much less. It was about, I believe, under at around 0.08 or so, somewhere around that range when it hit the secondary market. And now it's up as high as 0.37 floor price. And earlier in the week, it was either this week or last week, it was as high as zero point 0.6 Ethereum. So Lucrece is actually doing some very interesting things now with this particular artwork. So we'll see what happens and keep you posted if anything is extremely noteworthy from this particular project. Grant Yoon, as we mentioned, Nifty Gateway earlier, they are known for uh, highlighting a bunch of different artists. And Grant Yoon did a open edition, as you can see here, back in, I'm not sure, oh, it was May 8th, 2022. So it was an open edition, and you can see that there were a few open editions that he did. One called School and Apartments, and it was this piece of artwork. One called Midnight Snack Run. So if we can go now to see, that was $299 on May 8th. You could have minted this open edition, and let's see how many were actually minted. So for the Life of Japan, 374 items were minted, and now it's at 2.89 Ethereum, which is just over $4,747. So if you waited several months and held on to this open edition and you were looking to flip it for value, you went from $299 to now $4,747. He is another artist that is very much becoming well known in the NFT space. He's had a few one of ones that have done some pretty massive sales. He recently had a NFT sale for over 70 Ethereum. So this is something that we don't think is going to change anytime soon. So another artist who did free mint, not quite free because it was, I believe, about $5 or so to be able to mint these NFTs. And he created them last year. And I believe he had a few more that came out recently. But he had a burn mechanic where you could burn this dreamer image to be able to receive one of these images. I believe Time Traveler was the one that you could burn using what we call, or what is called, the Manifold platform. Now, we'll probably do a video on Manifold at some point because it's a great tool that a lot of artists can use. So you don't have to have any coding experience, and you'd be able to use the Manifold platform to upload your artwork onto the blockchain. They do a lot of that back end work for you, and then you can have that available, whether it be open editions or one of ones for the general public. And then we had a video highlighting some artists of color last week. Please feel free to go back and check that video out. One of those artists was Terrell Jones, and he also recently had an open edition called Pepe Kondo, and he now is going to be using a burn mechanic with his Born to Die NFT. His Born to Die NFT is this image right here. And if you burn two of them, you can receive this limited edition, this new piece of artwork that he just released called Crash. So he is also another up and coming artist that has been getting a lot of buzz and a lot of shine lately. So congratulations to him and to those collectors and holders who are now burning and receiving this limited edition NFT called Crash. So there's a lot of information out there on the interwebs, that you can learn a little bit more about open edition NFTs. As you can see here, look at the number of claims from August till this is going till the middle of January. Look how much of that rise has been just for claims on that Manifold platform that we were talking about earlier. So feel free to, give us a comment below. Let us know what open editions you have seen, or what artists are you interested in having do an open edition if their artwork is a little bit more expensive. So we're going to continue to obviously, keep up with what's going on with the NFT open editions. Like I said, it's been in the NFT discourse, particularly over the last couple of months. So we will keep you posted if anything else comes up. In the meantime, stay warm, take care. We look forward to linking up with you soon on the network chain. Bye bye.